So there is a lot of medical news making headlines today. So of course we have Dr. Payal Kohli here. Welcome, Doc.
Hey guys.
Yes. Dr. Kohli. I clapped it up. I clapped it up.
Well, I'm going to clap too. I'm clap too. Okay, so we want to talk about Chris Hemsworth because he's just announced he's taking a break from acting after discovering that he is at high risk of Alzheimer's based on a testing that he had for a new Nat Geo docuseries. So is this test something that most of us have access to?
Yes, we do. In fact, it's a genetic test, which means it looks at our DNA. It can be done through saliva or through blood. You can even get it through like 23andMe. So the question is not whether we have access to it, though. The question is whether we ought to be doing it. Because once you get a genetic diagnosis, that is a dagger hanging over your head for the rest of your life. And we have to be really careful here because this is not a slam dunk you're going to get Alzheimer's, or the opposite. If you don't have it, it's not a slam dunk that you're not going to get Alzheimer's. So you may alter your behavior in a way based on the results of the test that could actually lead to a worse outcome.
But there's nothing you can do, like if I took that test, found out that I'm high risk for it, is there anything that I could do to somehow change that trajectory?
You know, we haven't discovered it yet, but we're just starting to actually learn a little bit more about more personalized medicine based on genetics. So what we're learning, for example, is that women who are positive for this test, they may be potentially even higher risk for hormone replacement therapy late in life because this changes your genes, which means that it changes the way that hormones interact. But at this point today, we don't really know, which really begs the question, I'm wondering what you guys would do. Should we be going out there and getting these tests done when we can't change our behavior, we can't change the outcome?
Well, I think my question is for people like myself who have had to do genetic testing, are you starting to ask about like cherry picking what you're being tested for and what you don't want to have the answers to?
Then that's another excellent point, Erica, is that, you know, if we are genetic testing, then we should be genetic testing for cardiovascular risk factors, which is the #1 killer. Right. Not the things we're most scared of, but the things that we're most likely to get and the ones that we can alter the most. And so making these types of tests available, in my opinion, is actually a disservice because people will use them indiscriminately, not realize. So if you are considering getting this, the Alzheimer's Association actually recommends that you talk to a genetic counselor. And for most healthy people, it says you don't actually want to go and get this test.
Good to know.
All right, well, Doc, you know we can't have you on the show without asking about Ozempic. A lot of Americans are going north and south of the border to Canada and Mexico to get it. Do you think this is a good idea?
No, I think it's a terrible idea. And I'm actually really startled by this Ozempic craze. I mean, I sort of get it, right? Because now we have that magic pill. And you guys have all seen that cartoon where there's like, you know, 2 little windows. And one window says, you know, diet, lifestyle, change your whole exercise pattern. And nobody's standing in line over there. And the other one says magic pill. And there's a long, long line.
Yep.
I think I might be in that line. Full disclosure.
The easy road, yes.
That's the problem. We've sort of created a culture where we've painted Ozempic to be the shortcut. We've painted Ozempic to be that second window and not the first one, and that's why everybody's getting in that line.
Well,
so
I wanted to ask you about that shortcut because there's a new drug that's going to make that a shorter shortcut. There's now a drug that's better than Ozempic?
It's Ozempic, yeah, it's the new and improved Ozempic. So it has whatever Ozempic has plus something else. So it's more efficient at making you lose weight. It's more efficient at, you know, lowering your blood sugar. But guys, it's not approved for weight loss in the United States yet. We've only studied it for diabetics. So we're really getting ahead of ourselves and putting the horse before the cart because we're in such a rush to get to that shortcut.
And then would you gain all that weight back because you're not making long sustainable changes?
Some of it. So like it does reprogram your brain a little bit and your body.
Wow.
So we see that 1 out of 3 people that stop it still have the weight off, but that means 2 out of 3 will gain it back. So really it's part of a comprehensive program where you change the way you think about food, your relationship with food, with exercise, you know, with healthful behaviors. And it's a whole comprehensive approach, not just the let me inject myself and eat those potato chips and expect that I'm going to lose 50 pounds because that's not healthy.
We love you, Dr. Kohli. Thank you so much
for that
for
drug, the potato chip drug.
The potato chip drug?
Yeah, I want that one.
Okay.
Dr. Jackson, I would advise against that.
Please. We appreciate you always answering our questions. DBL Nation, Dr. Kohli has a new podcast. Make sure you check out The Heart of Medicine with Dr. Payal Kohli wherever you get your podcasts. We'll be right back. Thank you, Doctor.
Jackson. Thank you.